Welcome to Telly Talk, where we talk about what's on the telly. Why are you laughing?
I have a question.
What's your
Yeah,
question?
no, finish the intro first.
I thought you
On
were laughing because I'm usually so like upbeat when I do this, and now I sound like out of breath after 2 words.
well, you're always sick and you always sound like this, so I'm not surprised.
No, I'm usually like, welcome to Telly Talk, but I'm now like, welcome to Telly Talk.
Honestly, that's the energy I've been putting out for the past week or two, and I'm just depressed. I don't know about you, but I'm doing great right now.
I can't tell if you're good or bad, honestly.
What?
Like, I can't tell if you're doing good or if you're doing bad.
I'm doing fantastic. If you asked me 2 days ago, I felt like I was gonna die, but now I'm okay. Just okay though.
Well, welcome to Telly Talk, where we talk about what's on the telly. And by that, we mean we talk about what's on our mind. Because we're Telly. I'm Tyler, and I wish I had a tattoo of Snoopy.
You know, I have a question.
What's your question?
What was the last movie that you watched?
The last movie?
Yeah, the last movie you watched.
I watched The Incredibles last night.
Liar!
Why am I a liar?
The last movie you watched was Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
It wasn't, though.
No, it was Charlie Brown
Okay.
Thanksgiving.
Sorry. The last movie I watched was Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. What about you?
Yeah, mine. I watched The Incredibles last night.
No, fuck you. Go to hell. Don't do me like that, man.
You like what? Oh my god, am I okay?
Don't do me like that.
You like what?
I know what you're doing.
What is happening right now? I'm so
So, I watched Charlie Brown, but it was only on. We're talking about Charlie Brown Thanksgiving today. I don't feel like I need to summarize it. It's everyone knows what Charlie Brown is, and it's the 25-minute Thanksgiving special. Like, it's Charlie Brown, and they have Thanksgiving.
No,
That's
they
that's the
don't.
that's literally the plot.
They end the episode before they have Thanksgiving. Snoopy and Woodstock have Thanksgiving.
I think you and me are Snoopy and Woodstock. I sent you a little image of Woodstock. The image is in black and white because it was only on Apple TV, so I had to pirate it. And the footage was all in color. And by the way, Charlie Brown colors are gorgeous. It's like this pretty little watercolor. I'm obsessed with the colors of this movie. But whenever I paused it, it went to black and white, and I just kept pausing it for fun because I like seeing how the frame looked when paused because animation confuses me. Animation is like the only thing in the animation is like rocket science to me. Like animation confuses the fuck out of me, and I don't understand how it's done at all
Really?
because it would just take so many little drawings for it to work, but I'm really bad at drawing, so I can't even begin to understand how someone can know how to stack a bunch of little drawings to make a big drawing that moves. Like, I can't fathom. So I just kept pausing it to see it and turn the colors turn to black and white and compare, and also just to see what every individual frame looks like. Because every frame just looks so perfect and neat, and I was like, how'd you do this? And then there's this little picture of
Can I
Woodstock
tell you something?
flying with a wishbone. I was like, that looks like you. Yeah, what?
So the backgrounds are like stacked. So each layer of the background is like its own like little transparent plastic piece.
Oh, wow.
And they would stack the colors on top of each other so they could change them really quick. And then like the Snoopy, like all the characters and the objects,
Those went on
depending
top of
how
the
big
background,
the
right?
objects would go like on top of the background.
See, that's what I figured, because the way that this old style of animation is, it looked very like stop motion-y. Like the background was always the same, and it was just like there would only be one thing moving on the screen at a time.
Yeah.
And I was like, surely they put this character drawing on top of the drawing of the background, and they keep moving it and like taking little photos. Is that how it was done?
Photos. Also,
Little
um,
photos? No.
sometimes cartoon characters, they just like draw them in a bunch of poses and then just reuse those frames.
Dude.
have to draw.
Basically,
every
I'm just
single
so bad at art that I can't imagine someone drawing every like frame to make a
Well,
moving picture.
nowadays it's like on computer. Some shows are most cartoons are made on computers. Some people still draw the frames and then upload them for like editing and coloring. Like
Uh,
Steven Universe was drawn on paper.
Yeah, like how did someone draw every frame of Steven Universe?
Not one person. It's like in 10, 15 people.
I
Did
think
you
maybe I don't understand
did you
animation
think
because
did you
the
think
idea.
every animator is like working an entire show by themselves?
No, like logically I knew that wasn't the case, but I think whenever I tried to imagine it, I was imagining one person drawing every frame, and that just seems so impossible to
Like
me
they don't
that I
draw
was
the
sure.
entire frame that you're seeing. They draw like the characters.
Oh.
They're not drawing every like the background, foreground, characters, objects. They're not doing that. They're drawing the characters. And then backgrounds
Oh.
are added later. And then objects
Oh
are added
shit.
later. Like especially when computers came in, they were uploading it like layers. Like you know how you can go into Photoshop and make layers? They're doing that, but with on paper. And then when they
Dude,
computerize it, they stick those layers together.
you're a genius.
Did you not know that?
You know how every time we watch something animated, I'm like, animation is a big mystery to me. This is why. I
No,
just
like,
didn't understand
you've never seen
at
like those
all.
old like Disney documentaries where they're literally showing you how people animate things? Like the how like it's like the little DVD feature extra stuff that show you like how they made the movie and stuff.
When I would watch those, I would pay attention to the like more of the writing parts than the drawing parts.
But it wouldn't be talking about the drawing. It would just be like showing them drawing each frame.
Oh, I don't know, man.
Have you never seen any animator ever work?
I didn't. I thought that I wasn't seeing the whole process. Like, I didn't realize that they were only drawing like one thing.
You're so interesting. You need to watch more how it's made stuff.
I do, because I go through life not knowing how things are made, and then I'm just confused.
Another thing that you don't know how it's made.
I don't understand how cars work really at all. I don't know how
Like,
cars
how
work.
do you think a car works?
The brake connects
What?
to the
Why are you
little
starting with the
pedals. What do you want me to start with?
Like, how do you think? Like, what happens when you turn the key and turn on the car?
It like fires up the engine.
Okay. And what is firing up the engine? Like, what is happening?
I don't know. Like it's turning on. It's running.
I have a question. Do you think? Okay, what does the motor do? Like, what does the engine do?
It's thick. It makes it go.
Yeah, it makes it go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that the only thing it does?
Probably not.
That is the only thing it does.
Oh.
What is the other source that does everything else?
The transmission.
No, that's the engine.
Oh, I just said a car word I knew.
That's part of the engine.
Fuck. There's like another part?
Yes, there's another part that controls everything else.
The oil.
Nope, that loops up the engine.
Fuck. I don't know.
Okay, so there's this thing, the battery,
Fuck, I knew that.
and it's a big brick in your car, and it runs everything else. What does it
Yeah,
run?
I knew that. I'm sick. Trying to explain how a car works.
What is
I also don't know how computers work.
what is
Like,
it?
I know I own a computer, and everyone's so into building their own computer. But like, and everyone's like, it's so easy if you just buy the parts and like look up how to do it. But I know I couldn't do it. I know damn well I couldn't build a computer
Yes, you
because
could. It's like
the
you buy all
idea-
the parts and then you just put it together like a Lego.
can I just say I hate Legos. I'm so
What?
bad at Legos.
How are you bad at Legos? It's following direction. Never mind.
And I'm
Never
so
mind.
good at following directions.
Are you?
But yes, it's my favorite thing to do.
Why aren't you good at Legos?
Okay, this is going to be a couple things. I don't like doing small puzzles because
How
it's
small?
too. I don't like doing puzzles that where the pieces are small because
Oh,
because it's like it's like I have to make my brain into a laser beam and just use my eyes and my hands and don't move any other part of my body. And that's not how my ADHD works, like even a little bit.
What are you saying? You
I don't
just
like
said,
puzzles.
Yeah, but you
They
said
don't-
okay. Let me repeat to you what I think you said, so you can fix it for me. So you said I don't like doing puzzles with small pieces because I have to have a laser beam, and I don't like that. And I have to use my eyes and my hands, which I don't like that. And I can't use any other part of my body, but what other part of your body do you need to do a puzzle other than your eyes and your hands? That's the only thing you need.
Okay.
And
Okay,
did
you're
I
not
hear
getting
you
it.
right?
No. Okay, so it's like I have to turn my brain into a laser beam and like focus in and only use my eyes and my hands because that's how you do a puzzle. But that's not how my ADHD works. Like that bores the shit out of me. Like I can't lock in and just use my fingers and my eyes. Like that's like
Like, what else would you be using? Your feet to put in the pieces?
no, that's the problem. You only need your eyes and your hands, but that's boring to me. Like my brain, it's too understimulating.
Do something else with your hands.
That's why I don't. That's why I don't do puzzles.
You can like have a fidget toy, or like play a game while you're doing a puzzle. Watch TV. See a movie.
It doesn't scratch the itch right. I don't like puzzles, and Legos are like puzzles. I like big pieces puzzles where it's like big, like big. I can't. I'm too sick, and I took an edible, so don't worry about it.
You shouldn't be
But
sick on an edible.
shh. But I like when the pieces are big, but Legos are usually small.
I love
And then I
Legos. I love puzzles. I do one.
And it's like my back hurts because I have to sit and
Just do it for like an hour and then go away and then come back the next day and do it for another hour.
and then sometimes if I put the piece on wrong, I can't unget the piece. Like I can't pull them apart, and sometimes I can't put them together.
Right now.
And sometimes I can't put them together either. Like they won't go in.
Well, maybe because that's the right fucking piece.
So I just don't like Legos, but I respect them. I respect them as an occupation. And if you like Legos, I respect you. I understand the
I love
appeal.
Legos.
I really truly understand the appeal. They just don't click in my brain. Next on my to-do list, why is he bald? Theories. Do you have any theories? Why is Charlie Brown bald?
No ball. You got.
Well, I noticed that after I wrote this down. I was taking this down, and I looked and I went, he does have a little tuft. But why does this little boy have male pattern baldness with just a little tuft? It's not like in the middle though. It's like a little bit in. It's like a single hair in the front and like 3 hairs in the back. Like, I just feel like you should have lots of little hairs.
Do you think it's like the one in the movie, the 3D? That one is atrocious. They made it one long single like pubic hair. That was disgusting.
Interesting. They did the classic ball gag with the football, and
oh my
they
god, that was
tricked
my
them.
favorite thing ever. He literally was like, "No, you're gonna pull the football away, and I'm gonna trip and fucking kill myself." And I was like, "Oh my god, Charlie Brown! You can't
God,
say
Charlie
that.
Brown.
What the fuck? Did he just say that?" And I replayed it like 6 times, and he says that.
He's so funny. He's just a depressed little man.
Also, at the end of at the end of Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, they're all like in the car singing. The grandmother's house
hate it
song.
because they're all singing at different times.
Well, yeah, but
And it's like, it's so realistic, but it's so hard to listen to because they sing the whole song. They don't just sing over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. Like, they go through to lyrics I didn't even know existed. They keep going.
what the fuck are you talking about?
They sang the whole fucking song.
No, they sang 2 verses. They changed one line. Once.
He sang too much and they were all out of time and it was so hard.
My other favorite part was at the very end when they're singing it, and then Charlie Brown just goes, well, this kind of ruins things. My grandmother lives in a condominium. And it was the funniest shit I've ever heard in my entire life. It was the most autistic thing he could have ever said.
Okay,
it was so
I wrote
fucking
down,
hilarious.
I bet that condominium line hit so good back in the day. Because I know
Dude,
damn
I was
well when I was like
cackling.
8 watching this, I didn't know what the fuck a condominium was. Like, that's funny as an adult. But as a, no kid in the modern day would laugh at that. And, but I bet
did.
that was so funny
It was
in like
hilarious.
1960.
It was hilarious. I loved it.
It was so funny, like, now, and I bet that hit so good to the whole audience back in the day, man. Also, on the way to before they went to their grandma's, when Charlie Brown, like, called his grandma, he went like, hi, Grandma, this is Charlie Brown. Why are you telling your grandma your last name? Your grandma that you're going to that, like, in an hour for Thanksgiving dinner, she knows who you are. Like, why aren't you just being like, hi, Grandma, it's Charlie?
Maybe because he's like maybe Brown's his middle name, and he's like a double namer.
Let me look at this. Let me look it up. Charlie Brown. Full name. No, it's just Charles Brown.
Maybe he doesn't have a last name. Do any of them have last names?
Peppermint Patty.
Her name is Peppermint and her last name's fucking Patty. You hear her real name in the movie we watched.
Peppermint Patty. Speaking of Peppermint Patty, I love her. She's my favorite character, and I wrote down so many things about her. I wrote down gay T-boy Peppermint Patty.
Hey, she has a crush on Charlie Brown. She's definitely bi. She's a bi girl.
No, that's what I meant. Like, gay trans man that has a crush on Charlie Brown. Like, that's a trans man and a gay T-boy. Like Peppermint Patty is a gay man.
She's definitely a masculine bi woman. That's so obvious.
So
because she reminds me.
But then
of
I was
me.
like, it's really gay that Marcy calls her sir. So then I wrote down, Patty has 2 hands. Patty has 2 hands, one for her boyfriend and one for her girlfriend. Peppermint Patty is gender fluid and bisexual, I think.
She's literally me. I love her. I resonate with her the most. She's my character. Also, I don't like that they made her brunette. She's ginger. That's why her name's
that
Peppermint
ginger
Patty.
erasure.
I know, right? My film professor, who's the guy who like grades our big short film projects, he's also a ginger, and we just talk about being ginger sometimes, and it's really nice to talk about being ginger with another ginger, because I've never had that before.
Oh, you got that representation. This is why representation is important, kids.
Yeah,
I wrote down that I relate to Sally, but I don't remember why. Something she said about Thanksgiving made me relate to her, but I don't remember what.
Well, she was a bitch, because she was like, what is this? Toast? Popcorn?
No,
jelly
no,
beans
the little
and
sister.
pretzels?
Sally. Charlie's little sister. The blonde one.
Her name's not Sally.
Yes, it is. Look it up.
Wait, then who's the girl with the blue dress?
Oh. I don't know. She does look like a Sally, doesn't she?
Well, she's most definitely Sally.
Her name's Lucy.
The girl in the blue dress?
Oh, they should switch names.
Yeah, the fuck?
Lucy is more of a Sally, and Sally's more of a Lucy.
I hear Lucy, I think of like a girl with black hair.
Oh, well, Lucy does have black hair, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what are we talking about?
I don't remember. Anyway, Lucy didn't even come to the dinner. Peppermint Patty was the one being a bitch about the food.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Oh.
What are you talking about?
Well, you were talking about Lucy for a minute. You brought her up with the blue dress.
No, because I thought her name was Sally.
Oh, but then you were like, Sally was being a bitch, but Sally wasn't being a bitch because Lucy wasn't there.
I said Peppermint Patty.
But I said I related to Sally, and you were like, Sally was being a bitch.
Sally. Right.
Dude.
Why do you
This is
her?
This is a crazy conversation circle we're having. I don't remember why I related to Sally. I should have wrote it down. She just said something, and I was like, yeah, me too, girl. Anyway, on to Snoopy. I really want a Snoopy tattoo. Wouldn't that be such a cute little tattoo? Also, Snoopy can ball. Snoopy balling out.
We should watch
Cute.
Charlie Brown Halloween, the pumpkin one, because Snoopy just
Yes,
goes into
sir.
fucking World War II. He just goes and fights in World War II.
Is that when he like flies a little plane? That's my favorite. I think
Yeah.
that's a tattoo I want.
He literally fights and beats the Red Baron. Like, he literally just goes into World War II. It's the funniest shit ever. Like, the kids are waiting for this pumpkin to grow, and then Snoopy just goes to war. Like, he just goes to fucking war.
Dude, this would be such a cute tattoo. I want Snoopy going to war. That's my soldier. We should watch that next year. Write that
Getting
down.
a military tattoo?
No, just Snoopy and his little fighter. Oh my god, I like the Snoopy you drew. It's really cute.
I do that from memory.
That's impressive.
Really?
Also, during the show, Snoopy goes up to the front door and like knocks, and Charlie Brown opens it, and he goes, "Oh, hi, Snoopy." Like it's normal to answer the door to see his dog standing there.
Well, yeah, why wouldn't it be?
It's just so funny. Imagine like you just open the door and you're just like for your dog, and you're just like, "Oh, hey," like it's your friend, and then he fucking daps everyone up. Snoopy.
Is your dog not your friend?
Was it Snoopy? Or no, I think just the friends. Charlie Brown just went and like dapped all his friends up. And I was like, dude, they're dapping people up in this old ass shit.
That's
like,
crazy.
Did you see the dap up? I literally rewinded it.
No?
Like when they get to his house for Thanksgiving, he just daps him up.
That's insane.
Also, he said he was going to Thanksgiving dinner with his mother and dad. Why didn't he say mother and father or mom and dad? He said me and my mother and my dad. Why? Who talks like that?
Well, there's some people that call him like Peepaw and Mom. You know, so like.
But mother and dad?
Why wouldn't that be different?
Just sounds wrong. It's like not the pair. And where were they all day? They were like, oh, we're going with them later. Oh, we're going now. Like, we'd never see them, which is normal because you never see the adults in Charlie Brown. But, like, where the fuck were they?
Ooh.
His parents.
I don't know, maybe they were out getting food.
I love the cooking scene. It's, like, my favorite scene in Charlie Brown to watch. It's so satisfying watching them make the bread and the popcorn. I'm obsessed with it.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Woodstock was eating turkey. That just feels close to cannibalism, man.
Hey, don't judge a book by its feathers.
You know that emoji with like the one eyebrow raised? That's how I looked at the TV when Woodstock started eating the turkey.
I didn't even notice.
Linus does his little monologue thing as usual. I just want to say, that's not historically accurate Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That's not how Thanksgiving happened. We heroify and idealize it in our social studies education for children, but we should be presenting the non-dominant narrative in primary sources in order to give our children a good social studies education so they can go on to build a better world.
Build a better world.
So Charlie Brown has a banger soundtrack.
Oh, absolutely. But you know, I got really frustrated at the end when they kept playing that stupid, like, that
On a
stupid
loop?
scale on a loop like 15 fucking times.
I know,
was
I
so
wish
sick
it-
of it.
Yeah, I wish they like just kept going, man.
But the R&B,
Charlie
the
Brown-
jazz, that shit was fire.
Charlie Brown is so underrated. The visuals are so pretty, and the soundtrack is so pretty. Oh my god.
It was great. It was a great little sit down, think about nothing for 25 minutes.
Wait, who is your favorite character?
I'm a baddie. You gave me so
Me
much. Like, I
too.
see her and
I see
her.
me and her. I was her.
Oh,
I used
yeah.
to be her. When I was like 8, I was her.
Yeah, I'm her all the time.
What would you rate this movie?
5 out of 5. Actually,
I'm gonna...
4.98 because of the stupid scale at the end that played 16 times.
I second that. 4.98. Meeting is adjourned.